Hello students, today we're going to talk about multiplying polynomials. So we've already done adding polynomials and subtracting polynomials, which is basically just combining like terms. And today we're going to talk about expanding that ability into multiplication. Now this one can be a little bit more complicated. So in order to do this, I'm going to use something that we call the area model. So before we tackle multiplying polynomials, I want to go back and discuss multiplication in general. So if we take a simple multiplication problem, for example, what is 2 times 3? We already know that the answer is 6. However, I want us to look at a rectangle in which the base is 3 and the height is 2. In order for us to find the area of a rectangle, we would do area equals base times height. So we would do 2 times 3. The area of this rectangle is 6. Now the point of that is, any multiplication problem that we see can be explained as an area model. So let's take a slightly more complicated multiplication problem like this one. 23 times 45. Now we could use the traditional multiplication algorithm that we've learned in elementary school, or we can use the area model. So in the area model, I would draw a rectangle and say that this is 23 high and 45 long. So the base would be 45 and the height would be 23. Now, some of us might be able to do this in our head. I would bet that most of us can't. So what I would do is break this up into more manageable chunks. So this 45 on the top, I could consider that to be 2 pieces. So what I'm going to do is cut this off right here and say this piece is 40 and this piece is 5. What I can do right here is break that into 2 rectangles that are a little bit more manageable. By the same logic, I can take this piece and make a cut right here and say this is 20 and this is 3. Make a cut straight across there. So now what I've done is basically created 4 rectangles that I can find the area of very easily. So this top left rectangle would be 20 times 40, and I can quickly figure out that that's 800. Straight across right here, 20 times 5 is 100. And then down here, 40 times 3 is 120. And the last box would be 3 times 5, which is 15. All of that to give us, the total area would be 800 plus 100 plus 120 plus 15. 5, 3, 1,035 square units. Now, the point of this lesson isn't to teach you how to do your elementary multiplication again. The point of this lesson is to teach you how to multiply polynomials. So we're going to use this same technique to multiply the 2 binomials that we looked at the beginning, 2x plus 3 times 5x plus 6. So I'm going to go down here. Let's copy that down again. 2x plus 3 times 5x plus 6. So again, using our area model, I'm going to draw a rectangle. We're going to say that the base is 2x plus 3, and the height is 5x plus 6. And just like what we did earlier, I'm going to chop this off right here and say that the left side is 2x and the right side is 3. In a similar fashion, I'm going to cut horizontally and say that the top is 5x and the bottom is 6. So now I've got this rectangle right here that's 5x by 2x, and as we know from last chapter, 5x times 2x is 10x squared. The upper right corner would be 5x times 3, which will give us 15x. The lower left corner would be 12x, and the lower right corner would be 18. So the area of the entire rectangle would be the 4 of those together. 10x squared plus 15x plus 12x plus 18. From the last section that we learned on combining like terms, we are allowed to put these two together right here. The 15x and the 12x would be put together to make 27x, and then we would just bring the rest of the polynomial down, giving us our final answer of 10x squared plus 27x plus 18.